by what King Kong said earlier. King Kong said earlier, oh, you know what? It's probably not my meta assassins, you know, yeah, blah, blah, blah. But no, Wolf remembers your Fanny. You cannot mess around with the guy.
Yeah, he's not gonna get bamboozled. He's like,
what are you doing, man?
What are you saying? I already predicted that you're gonna be picking assassins.
Yeah,
so,
bro.
You know, it's Wolf. It's kind of hard to sway him away from these perfectly good options. So again, perfect respect with the Fanny and of course the Ling. Now, first pick Roger is open for Fnatic Onyx Philippines, but again, this team has proven time and time again, not just because of Onyx time, but constantly has been a biggest, I would say, a surprise to everyone.
Huge. And again, speaking of surprises, the Tsuchin probably
Juicin.
Possible first pick here. I think that's definitely going to be a hot contested hero as well for TNC. So if it's going to be taken here, might as well do it. There you go.
It is.
I love what Fnatic Onyx is doing.
Yep, Rockhart's right on the money here. Juicin, first pick, a very potent mage, as we've seen from the previous international tournaments, especially in the hands of Hugh. Very good in contesting, like the front roams, even the frontliners. Anybody that you put in the front lines are just gonna be swept on their feet, not because of the character's beauty, but because of the spells that is available to her.
Yes, and get thrown around. By the way, he can throw you around everywhere on the map. So beware. No matter who you are, maybe even a high loss can get really displaced by a Sushin.
Yeah.
So you gotta be careful. But right now, we're talking about those heroes. We still have a lot of sleepers, Midnight. We have a lot of sleeper picks here.
Yeah, there's the Roger and also the Alpha that we've seen TNC pull out yesterday. But they are gonna go with a different set here. Oh, okay, Roger Harris. This does tell us that one of those is jungle.
That's right. So it's like, right, no flexing today, which normally, guys, right, normally, you'd want to leave the Roger there, then maybe pick another role. That's what teams usually do. But you know what? This is very clear-cut. So I wonder what Wolf is thinking here. And it's really apparent that they don't want to play around. They don't want to mess around right now.
Yeah.
They have a lineup in mind, and they want to land that lineup.
Yeah, Wolf was like, I'm prepared for this. I've seen the Juicin from a mile away. And now I'm going to go with two mobile heroes with dashes that are very capable of going in and out of the team fights. But now Edith is going to be selected here by Fnatic Onyx Philippines alongside the Moscow, locking it in for Kelra. A very, very strong pick for the goal laner, considering that the very first game on Moscow in MPL Philippines history since Season 6 is on Kelra.
There you go. So very much, mastery is not going to be a question here. A question is whether or not Terizla is still going to be the XP pick here, which might get banned out if it doesn't get picked up here by TNC.
Yeah, but we also have to consider TNC. They can go for like the surprises here. Oh, they go for the special heads on the Aura. Also, one of the things that we really haven't touched on, Heads and Kirk. Both Aura specialists.
Oh, that's a good point. It's also a great deny pick here against the Fnatic Onyx. You're right.
Wow, Wolf. He's done his homework.
He's done his homework, bro.
Oh my goodness, the deny from the Alpha.
I guess when you're facing against a team like Fnatic Onyx, Kirk might be the one that's least talked about by people.
Yeah.
But Wolf has locked it in, my man. He has locked it in. And it's also possible Escalera pick, I guess.
Yep, maybe. We don't know.
Right?
Could be could be Rome. Again, there's a lot of flex thing going on here for the side of TNC. A brilliant mastermind play coming out from Coach Wolf. Maybe because of the reason that they have Wolf. That's the reason why they like Alpha so much. Because it's Alpha Wolf.
Because he's an Alpha Wolf. Oh.
You know, just food for thought.
Just, think about it, guys. You never know. But, in all honesty, I feel like there's the ban, as we did talk about.
Yep.
We've been watching a lot of MLBB, and we've been really playing a lot of XP. Yep. And I feel like Terizla, you just cannot let it go. I love the Grok as well. The Grok ban means that, you know what, Escalera can't play around here.
Yeah.
That means, you're right, that might be a Heads hero here for the Arlot.
So the thing is, yesterday, Wolf specifically mentioned that they got the draft that they wanted.
Oh.
I think it's still the same thing here. Like TNC is they're able to get the things that they want to be able to play in this game.
Yep.
But it's gonna come down to execution. But these two last picks will complete their final composition. But I'm seeing again, as you said earlier, there's not a lot of flex pick with the Roger and the Harry.
Yeah, right. Oh,
Never mind.
Nope.
Never mind.
No, it's not. It's a Jawhead on the roam. Definitely Escalera, a pocket pick here.
On the edge.
Ooh, Nolan.
This is actually pretty nasty, right? This is a pretty nasty pick.
It is nasty. And considering the fact that it's up against Jawhead, Roger, and Arlet, but there you go. The TNC Achilles heel. The Hylos comes out from Fnatic Onyx Philippines. What do you do here Wolf, against the Hylos? He's doing a lot of this
That's a lot of hand
gesture thing. And they pick up what? The Aurora. Alright, at least the Aurora gets snatched. Because yesterday we've seen the Hylos and the Aurora on the other side. Now they both get Aurora and Jawhead. Kind of like a Eudora replacement, but still, like the Hylos pick seems like a very good pick for the side of Fnatic Onyx Philippines.
That's right. And for TNC, they also pick up the Aurora, which is, again, also one of the heroes that Hatred actually picked up when he first started in TNC.
You're right. The very first week
It did not
last
win,
season.
but he kept using it. He kept trying to use that hero.
There's a lot of throwbacks happening here between TNC and Fnatic Onyx Philippines, but now we are going to be thrown to the Land of Dawn for the first match of the second day of the first week of MPL Philippines Season 14. Of course, CNC trying to look for a way to bounce back off of the loss yesterday in Fnatic Onyx Philippines, trying to get a first win for the first match.
Yeah, honestly, obviously with the high loss pick, it's very apparent, right? That what they're going for here, definitely for the team fights, for that big 5v5 clash. It's probably also the reason why the Aurora did get picked up at this side where, you know what, you want team fights? Let's play with the Aurora. That can definitely do a lot of damage.
Yeah, TNC's looking to fight it out head-on against Fnatic Onyx Philippines, especially with the Roger and the Harry. Like, the idea between these two heroes is that you're able to brawl a lot, but Hatred is getting a lot of heat here in the middle lane.
That's right. He is actually going to be up to... this is going to be a huge challenge, honestly, for Hatred, because Brusco so good right now. This high loss is going to smash. This is going to be able to invade alongside Kurt, alongside King Kong here, and there's very little that TNC can actually do about it in the early game, aside from Escalera's Jawhead.
Yeah, basically just leash the Roger, so like you minimize the damage of the high loss just roaming around and invading a lot of the resources inside of TNC, but Super Friend with a Purify with a flick! Hatred!
There you go. It's going to be a little bit of a slowdown here, and the range is not quite enough. Brusco picks up the first blood. Hatred really wanted that kill.
The heat from TNC almost outplaying Super Prince there, but it was for naught. There was the passive from Aurora though, but the Hylos was still able to get that kill.
Yeah, honestly, he was so close. He was so close, and if he traded that, it actually would have been worth.
Yeah, would have been worth it.
1 for 1 there, it was absolutely worth it. That's 2v1. It's like a statement. You know what? Hatred says, I can do this. I can do this on my own.
Yep.
And to be honest, it was not working out the way it was. He used up a flicker as well. That's huge.
Very huge resource committed before the first turtle. And we all know Jungler Rogers, they don't show up for this turtle fight. Escalera gets taken out. Free turtle for Fnatic Onyx.
You don't always expect the Edith, but you always have to be ready for it. You always have to be ready. If there's going to be an Edith somewhere here in this bush, and once you get onward dead, you got to be ready. Past tense, right?
Oh, Heads.
You got to be ready. Speaking of ready, it seems like Heads is ready to go for the fight here. And they're going straight at it. Glorious Pathways bound, and Heads picks up the kill. Super Prince is out. 4v2 right now. TNC is pushing back.
What a layup! Coming out from Escalera and has the combo just to land a stun on Super Prince. Hey, it looked cool. Let's take a moment to appreciate those kind of plays. Very, representative of good synergy between the team.
That's right. It's great synergy. And to be honest, it's the willingness of TNC to go 2v1.
Yeah.
What is this? What's happening to TNC right now, man?
I mean, maybe they showed up today wanting to win the game. Heads not wanting to come and flicker, but hold on.
Oh, that's unstoppable force here and there. Keeping it going. Brusco uses the Glorious Pathway as an exit strategy here for Fnatic Onyx. And that just goes to show they are respecting the heck out of TNC right now.
See, that's the value of the heads, the heads of play from Escalera and Heads earlier. Like him being thrown by the Jawhead meant that he had the flicker. to get out of the disengage. So TNC, they found value in that synergy play on top lane.
Yeah, great value. Obviously, they're also putting a lot of pressure here for Fnatic Onyx. Can't really do as much as they think they can on the map. And King Kong, he's going around here with a Null and trying to get some resources, but not going to be getting any.
Yeah, King Kong is saying, hey, I'm the assassin now, but Kelra on the bottom lane having a hard time against Kuzin. It is a relatively Harith favored matchup.
You're right.
But it's quite rare for us to see Kelra being shut down like this.
Because normally, Kelra, gold laner, you know, marksman versus marksman, he's good at it.
Yeah.
But the Harith is no marksman.
Yeah. So it's not a fair fight.
It's not fair.
Like Kelra was here for a boxing.
He's using magic,
Yeah,
man.
he's using magic. Like
Too
what?
much.
What in the world are we in right now?
So right now, speaking of worlds, they're going for the turtle here. Kirk, first target here. As he uses that primal wrap, King Kong still takes turtle and a kill. Escalator falls. The front line here for TNC is really, really fit.
Look at Friends.
He's gonna have to really dance around. Head's gonna have to run out. Coast is the target. He's getting chased to oblivion. And thrown around by Super Prince.
The Harith couldn't dance inside the Zaman Force. There was a bouncer bringing in the flashlight, so you're not allowed here, sir. And Fnatic Onyx Philippines takes 3.
Oh man, that is a lot of damage being done by Fnatic Onyx in a short amount of time. Not only do they buy time for Kelra, he gets a lot of gold because of this, they also push back the members of TNC.
Yeah. Now momentum is on the side of Fnatic Onyx. 3K on the goal lead. And Kelra's feeling it. He's now leading SOD. Just to check the bushes to make sure there's nothing going on behind the tower because they don't see the Jawhead. So Kelra again with the instincts right there. He knows that there's the jig's up basically.
That's right. And to be honest, TNC full committed all the resources in that earlier fight onto Kirk, and he still managed to survive. That was the biggest problem there.
Yeah, again, Fnatic Onyx outmaneuvering these team fights against TNC. And it's quite unfair because we all know how annoying Jusin can be in the team fight. Hold that thought here. King Kong on the top lane.
Huge push here being done by TNC, trying to get as much
Prince?
value as they can, but don't forget,
Prince?
Super Prince is here. He's diving in. No more pounds here available for Kaysen. Gets taken out. Head's forced to use a flicker as well. TNC using so much just to stay alive.
Ooh, TNC overcommitting against King Kong. They thought it was a free kill, but the Super Mage, the Super Prince was there for Fnatic Onyx to save his jungler. And now with Kaysen dying for the second time, he is 3 levels behind against King Kong.
Definitely a bit of a pickle here for TNC. What are they waiting for though, Midnight, right? What is the call? What is the trigger for TNC to survive here?
Well, maybe just farm. I think they actually need the extra pickle. I think they need more gold on the side of TNC, having a well-rounded composition in terms of team fight. And if you can't team fight, basically you just need more time. You need to bide your time, get the farm up. But also, that's going to become a huge problem because Fnatic Onyx Philippines, they also love farm.
Again, it's one of those things that's easier said than done. Because technically, TNC does have 2 hyper carries, right? The Harith as well as Kaysen, but right now they are going to go ahead and use that glorious pathway once more just to get back to safety. But is it? Is it a retreat though? Super Prince is close by.
Yeah.
Kirk also has the onward available, so they can't really push forward.
That was definitely not a glorious pathway. There's a pathway of shame. You have to go back. You have to admit that, all right, I burned Purify. We have no marksman. Get out.
That. And
It's a fire exit.
you know what? Whether or not he used it in the offensive way, like the usual way that we use Glorious Pathway, it doesn't matter. I guess it does get the job done. No one dies.
It's still a
Fnatic happy.
It's still a pathway.
It's still a pathway, right? It doesn't always say forward. Sometimes you have to go back and just take a breather.
Right. That's actually a good point.
Yeah.
It does not say use forward. It just says pathway.
The only
No
thing
direction.
the only thing that's forward is, I think, Edith. It's like always onward. It's not backward.
That's good. That's actually good. And now Brusco looking to find an engage share for Fnatic Onyx. He does have the glorious pathway here. He can pave the way for Fnatic Onyx to engage against TNC. Kuzen in the middle lane again being zoned out by Super First. This is annoying. Like, how do you deal with this?
It really is. At the same time, I'm surprised this tower is still alive. Hatred definitely getting a lot of respect here for Fnatic Onyx here.
Yeah, as much as Hatred hates people, he loves towers.
He loves towers.
Yep.
Gonna hug it all day long.
Okay, Galera. Are we gonna reset this orange? Never mind.
Okay.
Alright, he
Gets
after
taken.
Ooh. Under the nose of the Roger, and 5 people here by Fnatic Onyx in the middle lane.
Every single resource getting taken here by Fnatic Onyx, definitely not a good look.
Yeah.
And 8 minutes in, it feels like a later game for me. It doesn't feel like almost 8 minutes here.
Dude, it feels like they're fighting for the 3rd Lord. There's 5 people in the mid for Fnatic Onyx. Like, this is a Lord dance. 8 minutes in.
Yeah,
like, this is not normal MLBB.
Exactly, man. It's a little too fast for my taste.
There's nobody cutting side lane, nobody farming on the side lane, just 5 people mid. They're like playing Brawl right now.
At the same time, you know what? TNC isn't that far behind because there is a lot of potential for Kaizen and Kozen to actually scale here. Although they do need so much time. Time is the enemy here for TNC.
Yeah, but they're playing against Fnatic Onyx.
They love to accelerate.
Yeah, when they have time, it's theirs.
Because, you know, it's on time. Nice.
Good setup.
I love it.
Now TNC, you're going to try to look set up for their own. But Fnatic Onyx, they have to push it on their side. Brusco is looking forward. He's now charging. He knows he has the pathway, but he gets thrown around.
Brusco's getting in. Again, no space at all for TNC to go
steal.
And they go for the head. And apparently that's what Captain America wants. Right now, though, it's going to be a fight once more. TNC seeing if they can flex any more of their firepower. That's a quick rate for Escalera purified out. But now Kelra probably has the free reign to do the damage. Escalera suffers the brunt of it. Now they're going in hard on the mid here.
Yeah, Fnatic Onyx, they're definitely a family right now. 5 people again mid. They are not going to stop her. No minion wave. But again, the Avenger style, go for the heads. That's the strat against TNC. Go for the heads. After that, job's done.
4 would be proud.
Yeah, 4 would be proud.
Throw that hammer into his face. Anyway, right now, what we are seeing here is definitely a TNT who are struggling to survive in these team fights. At least they're not getting wiped out.
This is still Fnatic Onyx. Like last season, every game, 9 minutes, 10 minutes in, they're leading by 9k gold. It's still the same thing.
Same deal, right? Especially in the regular season, right? They were all nigh unstoppable. They're so powerful. And we are seeing the exact same recipe, even with different players.
And again, Bruce going in Highland. With the pathway in the top lane, they are going to be able to push out the first outer base tower of TNC. They're now taking it. Alright, Lord takes it. Fnatic Onyx splitting on the bottom lane. King Kong is going to be able to take another one for their side. Okay, never mind. No minion wave. But still, that is actually as good as dead.
It really is as good as dead. And again, the only bright side here, the only upside for TNC, the silver lining, is that they're not getting wiped out yet. So people are able to clear, but how long can they keep this up?
Yeah, they're still in this, but now, again, Brusco with the pathway and the revitalize, he gets thrown out.
Oh my goodness, Brusco definitely absorbing a lot of damage, and there you go. A great kill for TNC, trading their inhibitor turret on the mid.
That's an objective suicide right there. They go in. Usually exfiltrators do that, but Hylas goes in, pathway, revitalize, use everything on me. My teammates get 3 towers. And now TNC, they can't do anything about them because you also have to deal with the Hylos. If you don't, now you're dealing with the Hylos with the Juicin.
Yeah, even if Brusco dies there, that's just only a full reset. They can't really do anything aside from that. There's no Lord for them to take. The only thing they can do is maybe set up for another one. But then again, they're not ready to take these fights. Even if they do set up, they have to take Fnatic Onyx by surprise.
And you also have to think about the way they set up. Their setup is basically the Jawhead and the Arlet. But we haven't even seen one commit come out from TNC. They can, you know, the last time we've seen a very good final slash play from Heads was that first turtle that they took, and they lost it. And now TNC, they're in the back foot here. They need to find something.
Yeah, huge back foot for sure. And then at the same time, no opportunities for them to steal this Lord. Every single Lord has been zoned to perfection by Fnatic Onyx here. No way for TNC to bounce back here in terms of objective.
Yeah. They have to give it away, but they also have to defend base right now. This is the only house that exists for the Phoenix Army and Fnatic Onyx. They're on the very next stage of their plan to take it away from TNC. Lord is marching in the middle lane. Holy Crystal is now up on Kuzen, however, so damage is definitely there. But again, the one that we're looking for is the setup, but Kirk does it!
Kirk misses on the setup here with the Earth Shatter, and that's one man down, and the Lord as well. 4 members remaining for Fnatic Onyx, and Head, he's looking for more targets here, trying to go for that flash, but will not make it in time. And look at that, Fnatic Onyx goes straight for the Crystal and for the win.
A dominating win for Fnatic Onyx first game as they defeat TNC. (1-0) for the Super Family. This is definitely a momentum that they can use for game number 2. But then again, they have to finish the entire thing.
Fnatic Onyx Philippines reintroducing themselves dito sa MPL Philippines Season 14. Ibang klase ang ipinakita nila against TNC.
And you know, to me, what's very interesting about that specific matchup, Hans, is the fact that Fnatic Onyx Philippines, if we are going back to yesterday's matchup, when TNC Pro Team went up against Smart Omega, the draft was almost similar in a sense na it was mainly an assassin for the jungle of their opponent. But then when it came to the roam, it was a very type of roam na hindi masyadong nagsiset up, yes, but it soaks up so much damage to the point na nahihirapan yung TNC Pro Team in terms of being able to prioritize